Hello and welcome back to the Sort Out SI channel with me, the Flying Scotsman. Today we're going to take a look at something that everybody loves to check when you start out a brand new Savings Football Manager, and that is the free agents list. So this year we have 3 different game modes. We have Original, we have Real World, and we have Your World. Now, the free agents on the Original and Real World will be the same. However, on Your World, there will be a massive difference in what players are free agents. So we'll take a look at some free agents on the Original and Real World list and some on the Your World list. So we'll get straight into that right now. First up today on the Real World and Original database, we have Jas Lingard, 30-year-old Englishman. We all know exactly who he is. Played for Manchester United for many years. As you can see, he went on loan to West Ham where he was phenomenal, and then since then his career's kind of just went back downhill a wee bit. He was at Nottingham Forest last year on big wages, however didn't really produce for them. But he could produce for you. As I said, 30 years old, 32 caps English national team. As you can see, he can play a variety of midfield positions here. Still good natural fitness, good off the ball work and good teamwork, along with some decent dribbling, finishing, passing and technique attributes, as well as some other nice physicals. He can play both footed, he's reasonable with his left, very strong in his right foot, likes to play 1-2s and he likes to cut inside from both wings. So if you're playing his English team, he is also a very good player to pick up for the homegrown status. Next up we have the Spaniard Jose Campana. Central midfielder, can either play defensive mid, centre mid or in just behind the striker. He has some very lovely attributes with 16 for his first touch, passing and technique, as well as vision of 15. He could be a nice little playmaker in your team. If you're looking for a bit of a cheaper option, obviously he's free and his wages shouldn't be too much. We'll just take a quick look at his history, see where he's been. Started off at Sevilla, actually played in the Premier League for a wee while for Crystal Palace, before spending a couple of years out on loan in Germany, Portugal, moving to Sampdoria, coming back to Porto on loan, and then he spent the last good 8 years or so of his career playing for Levante in La Liga and sometimes in La Liga 2, especially most recently. As you can see, he's also both footed, reasonable with his left, strong in the right foot, and he likes to dictate the tempo. The only thing is, he currently starts the game 5 to 6 months out with cruciate ligament injuries, so his attributes may drop off a little bit, but at the end of those 6 months he could be a nice little pickup for you. Next up is the 76 capped 34-year-old Jerome Boateng, capable of playing both fullback positions but primarily in the centre of defence. Again, good passing numbers at 16, good marking 14, heading 13, tackling, good composure, still good jump reach 16, strength 16, 6'4". He could be a very good centre back to get your hands on. Again, another player who's good with both feet, fairly strong with his left, very strong with his right. Player traits: doesn't dive into tackles, tries long range passes and likes to switch the ball out to the wide areas. We will all know him from his time in Germany. First off, through the Hertha Berlin youth team, didn't really get many games, and then he made a switch to Hamburg, played 3 seasons in the Bundesliga before managing to get a 10.75 million move to Man City when they first started getting the money, and then from there he went to Bayern Munich, and that's where he became more of a household name for us. And then he spent the last 2 seasons at Lyon in France, but now he is a free agent at 34 years old. He could be a very good pickup. Another German player, and it's Teo Horn, 30-year-old goalkeeper. Very good aerial reach, 16. He's got good one-on-ones, good reflexes, still got good jumping reach, good strength. Unlike the others, he is only left-footed, spent his entire career at FC Cologne, and he has been the main goalkeeper for a number of years. I remember previously signing him because he used to get him for under £10 million, however now you can get him for free. And he's a very good solid goalkeeper, or if you are one of the top clubs, he could even be a reliable backup for you. Next up is 27-year-old defensive midfielder Jean-Philippe Gbamin from my club Everton. Obviously released in the summer, he didn't really play for Everton, he had a couple of bad injury spells, and then he moved on to firstly Russia for CSKA Moscow on loan, and then Trabzonspor in Turkey, where he didn't really set the world alight in either move, and then the club and the player just cut ties this summer at Everton. Very strong right foot, reasonable left foot, good attributes again, good tackling, good marking, he's got good aggression, good work rate, good teamwork, and natural fitness of 18. He could be a good rock in the midfield. Can also play centre back, can play in the mid centre role as well. As we said, started off screen France before moving to Mainz. This is where Everton spent £22 million on him, and as you can see, collectively over 3 seasons, made 3 starts before going out on loan for a few years. Again, only 27 years old, he could be a very good pickup. He's currently wanted by a number of clubs, as you can see, mainly Middle Eastern clubs, couple of MLS clubs, and then some Championship clubs. So if you want him, you will need to act fast. Another mid-centre or defensive midfielder, it is Sheka, the Portuguese 28-year-olds. Again, quite well rounded. You can see here, he's got good first touch, good passing ability, good technique, good vision, good teamwork. Pretty good physicals overall as well. Fairly strong left foot, very strong with his right foot, likes to switch the ball out to the wide areas. Most recently playing in France, where he spent most of his career after playing in Portugal for a few different clubs. Moved to Lille on loan before they signed him permanently, and then from there he was a mainstay in the Lille side before signing for Rennes last season. Again, another good central midfielder to pick up on a free transfer. Next up we have the former wonderkid Muhammadin. Sorry for my pronunciation, I've said numerous times it is not the best, but as you can see, he can play all across the midfield. Other than in the DM role, he can play anywhere. A bit of a failed wonderkid, unfortunately. He has had his injury issues over the years. But you could be, at 21 years old, you could be the person and the manager to bring out the greatness in him. Good technique, good passing ability, good first touch, good dribbling. Physicals have went down a wee bit just due to his injuries, but he's very strong left foot, fairly strong his right foot, and he likes to play the killer ball often. So he played a number of years at PSV before signing for Juventus, which is where the injury problems unfortunately started. He didn't get much game time, he was injured, he went on loan to Ajax for 2 years and didn't play, and then most recently just released by Juventus. So 21 years old, you can be the person that can get him back firing to where his potential should have been. Next up is an unknown one. It is Argentine Brian Fernandez, 28 years old. Just look at him. He's very well rounded overall. He's got good dribbling ability, good finishing, good first touch, reasonable long shots, and as well he's got great off the ball work, and his composure is 11, so above average. Reasonable left foot, very strong with his right foot, likes to move into the channels, he shoots from distance, likes to be the offside trap, cuts in from the wings, first time shots, and he also likes to run with the ball often. A wee bit of a journeyman, he's played for a number of different clubs in and around mainly Argentina, but he's also had a small spell in France, Mexico, USA. He's had a couple of spells at Chile. As you can see, very well-rounded striker. He could be a good pickup for you. He's got a balanced personality and he's only 28 years old, so snap him up quickly. Now, one on the list that I think none of you will have ever heard of is Hassen, I'm not sure how you say his name. He's Mauritian, 25 years old, he has 48 caps, centre midfielder or defensive mid. Again, reasonable left foot, very strong with his right foot. Some decent attributes, probably better for a second division side in Europe, but good determination, fair determined personality, and he has played not a lot of football unfortunately over the last couple of years. I'm assuming he's had some injury issues along the way. Most recently playing in the second division in Spain, managed 32 games, so could you pick up this international and could he be a good player in your midfield? And lastly for this section, the cover star of the video is David De Gea, released by Man United after over 400 games this summer. I don't need to say much about him. Still got great handling at 16, great reflexes at 19, good aerial reach, great determination, natural fitness, agility, reasonable left foot, strong right foot. Need I say much more? The 32-year-old 45 cap Spaniard could be a first choice goalkeeper for the majority of clubs in Europe, give or take the big, say, 10 clubs around the world. As you can see, very consistent performer for Man United. Always their first choice from when he moved in for £70 million, but you now have the chance to pick him up for free if you don't get beaten by the Saudi and the Qatari clubs. So if you're in need of a goalkeeper in the first season, whether it's because you've got no transfer budget or you just need a top class goalkeeper, David De Gea is the man for you. Next, we're going to switch over and look at the Your World players, and I can tell you right now, this will be very, very different, so strap in. Now in Your World, this is the game mode that takes place from the date that you start. So from the 3rd of July, none of these players had moved to their new clubs. So number one we're going to look at is Ben Brereton Diaz, who has moved on, I believe, to Villarreal in real life. Striker or left winger, played most recently for Blackburn in the Championship last year. Fairly strong left foot, very strong right foot, likes to move into the channels, comes deep to get the ball, cuts inside from the wings and runs with the ball often. A very good striking option. 24-year-old Chilean international now. As you can see, the last 3 seasons he has banged in terms of goals. So if you're looking for a goal scorer, 24-year-old Ben Brereton Diaz is the man for you. Next up is the Slovakian mountain Milan Skriniar. 28 years old, just look at him. He is an absolute rock in defence. 16 heading, 18 marking, the 17 tackling. Mental attributes, aggression, anticipation, bravery, determination, teamwork, work rate, all above 16. And then looking at his physicals, great balance, great jump and reach, good natural fitness, even quite pacey as well with 15 pace, 14 acceleration and 18 strength. Weak left foot, very strong right foot. I mean, if you're needing a centre back, why would you go anywhere else in this game mode? Obviously you need to beat off the likes of Real Madrid, Newcastle, Liverpool and the Saudi clubs to beat him, but you need to sign him if this is the game mode you are playing. Next up is another centre back, this time much older at 37 years old, 180 capped Sergio Ramos. Again, just look at his attributes, I don't really need to go through them, we all know how good Sergio Ramos is. Again, 18 heading, 16 marking, 17 penalty taking if you're wanting a penalty taker from the back, 16 in tackling, good aggression, good determination, great leadership, can play with both feet and as we all know, likes to wind up opponents, tries to play his way out of trouble but he also likes to argue with the officials. Most recently at PSG for the last 2 seasons, however, spent the bulk of his career at Real Madrid where he became a multi-time Champions League winner. If you need a centre back for a year or two, this is your man. Another Spaniard on the list now, it's 27-year-old Marco Asensio. Can play on the wings or just behind the striker. Very few technical attributes are poor. The ones that are heading, long throws, marking, tackling, that's not what you need this man for. You need him for the 16 dribbling, the first touch, the long shots, the passing, the vision, the flair of 17. He's very strong with his left foot, reasonable on his right. Player traits, shoots from distance, likes to curl the ball, cuts inside, runs with the ball often. This man is a must sign if you are playing your world mode. Previously with Real Madrid, I'm a bit shocked that he was able to be let go, but he did move to PSG. And as you can imagine, you're fighting off PSG, Newcastle, Liverpool, Tottenham and Man City for his signature. Next one, a wee bit older, 31-year-old Bobby Firmino. Great striker if you are needing a bit of an elder statesman. What he lacks in some of his technicals, he makes up for in his mental attributes. Good composure, good flair, good teamwork, good work rate. Reasonable with his left foot, strong with his right. Player traits of places shots, comes deep to get the ball, looks for a pass rather than score, which is very obvious for him. Likes ball playing to his feet and he refrains from taking long shots. Bobby Firmino. At the start of the game, there's no club actually wants to sign him, so if you want him, go and get him. Next up is Ivorian Wilfried Zaha. Again, can play both sides, can play up front, great dribbling, good flair, good natural fitness, and he is fast. Fairly strong on his left foot, very strong with his right. He likes to try tricks, cutting inside in the wings, gets the crowd going, runs with the ball often. So if you're looking for a wide man before his move over to Turkey, you can pick up Wilfried Zaha. Spent most of his career, as we all know, at Crystal Palace, where he was often considered the best player outside of the top 6. If you're wanting him, you'll have to contend with the likes of Villarreal, Real Madrid, Barca, PSG and West Ham. So if you're a big club, go and sign him, he's free, what have you got to lose? Another Ivorian wide man now, 27-year-old Jonathan Bamba. He is different to some of the others in that he has a weak left foot, however right foot very strong, so if you're looking for a right winger or you're looking for a left inside forward inverted winger, he is your man. Good attributes all across the board, good dribbling ability, good technique, good off the ball, but he's got good acceleration, good pace, good natural fitness, most recently playing for Lille in France, where he spent a good number of years as their wide man. Again, you will have some competition for his signature, mainly from the Middle East this time. So if you're looking for a bit of a younger wide man than Wilf Zaha, this could be the guy for you. Another midfielder now, and it's Daichi Kamada, the Japanese, most recently spending his time in Germany for Eintracht Frankfurt. Again, like most of these players, very well rounded, so good first touch, good dribbling, good passing and great technique at 16, good off the ball work at 16 as well, good composure 15, some good physical attributes as well. Again, fairly strong left foot, very strong in his right foot. Gets into the opposition areas, moves into channels and likes to play 1-2s. Spent most of his career at Eintracht Frankfurt, where he has been let go. Now, he will have some competition for signature, however this time it's only Wolves, Al Ettifaq, which I believe is Steven Gerrard's team, and then Burnley. So in the Your World game mode, you can pick him up quite easily. Next up is 26-year-old Spanish Aaron, left back. Many of us will know him from previous games. He's always been a good player to sign. He's always good at left back. He's also good at wing back because he's got good crossing ability, 15, good technique, 15, passing, 12, good free kick taking as well if you want a free kick taker from deep. Well-rounded mental attributes, very good physicals as well, well-rounded. Good pace of 12, acceleration 13, very strong left foot, weak right foot. Tries to play his way out of trouble and likes to cross early. So if you like to cross from deep, he is the man for you. 26 years old, wanted by Cadiz, Las Palmas, Al Jazeera, Crystal Palace and Al Fateh. If you're a club around the same level or slightly bigger, you should go and pick up this guy. As you can see, he spent most of his career at Espanyol or Mainz, as well as a wee loan spell at Celta Vigo. So if you're looking for a bit of a younger left back without spending your budget, this is the guy for you. And lastly, looking at Your World, we could not fail to mention that you can pick up Leo Messi for free on Your World. And unlike the rest of the players who I've described how good they are, I'll just take a few seconds to just sit in silence and you can just fill in the gaps because we all know how good this man is. Best known for his time at Barcelona, obviously. He then spent a couple of years at PSG because they wanted him to win them the Champions League. It didn't quite materialise, so in real life he's away to Inter Miami. However, in this game mode, if you're just looking for the best player in history to play for you, you can sign him for free. Let's take a look who you'll be contending with: Al Ittihad, Liverpool and Chelsea. I would prefer he didn't play for any of those teams. I prefer he played for your team, so if you want him, go and get him. This has been it for the Flying Scotsman FM on this episode. Please remember to like, share, comment and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.